Good day. I am Nilo Carmelo Lumanog, and today I'm going to discuss my chosen case study for lower extremity prosthesis. For the presentation overview, there are three key points that I want to discuss on my presentation. First is the discussion of the rehabilitation team on the designed prosthesis, definition and labeling of parts of the prosthesis used, and lastly, the description of the characteristics of the prosthesis designed use. So what is the case all about? For the case report, this is a case of Mr. TZ, a 19-year-old man who suffered a traumatic right transtibial amputation after being hit by a car 7 weeks ago. He was taken by an ambulance to the nearest trauma center where his right lower leg was declared unsalvageable. It was amputated that evening. He also suffered multiple right rib fractures. He remained in the acute hospital for 7 days. His medical recovery was uncomplicated. He was seen by physiotherapists to monitor his breathing and teach transfers and crutch ambulation. He was then transferred to our inpatient rehabilitation center. As he was mobile and from a safe home environment, he was discharged home day 12 post-amputation. Patient had non-significant medical past history. He is a social smoker and drinker, although admits to binge drinking when with his friends. For the prosthetic prescription and design, the patient undergo examination. The result of the examination findings 7 weeks post-amputation. This includes full range of motion strength, 5 out of 5, both upper extremity and left lower extremity, a good core strength and full spinal range of motion, no skin circulation issues, wound fully healed, and scar sensitive to touch, right left leg with full range of motion at hip, knee, quadricep, hamstring, strength difficult to measure on Oxford scale due to sensitivity to pressure. A 19 centimeter residual limb, moderate swelling, bulbous shape, but no dog ears. No stump pain, regular phantom sensations, no pain medication prescribed. Patient is taking an antidepressant and has progressed through early stage of depression. And now the patient is very motivated to be fitted with a prosthesis. For the goals of the rehabilitation team in designing the prosthesis, this includes to provide relief in bony prominences, to help patient regain mobility and confidence, to help patient with independent transfer activities, and to help the patient restore normal function in the community. For the pre-prosthetic activities, this includes range of motion and manual muscle testing to assess loss of motion and muscle strength, a standing balance testing, leg strengthening exercise with free weights on both legs, right hip flexors and hamstring stretching to increase range of motion, advice on positioning, prone lying, sitting with knee in full extension, advice on self-massage and desensitization to avoid joint or soft tissue adhesions and prevent skin complications. Ambulation with crutches, increasing distance, teaching stairs and floor transfers, and an ongoing review to monitor for coping, signs of relapse of depression, or adjustment issues. For post-prosthetic activities, the, this includes patient education on independent donning and doffing, education in stump monitoring, standing weight shift side to side, forwards and backwards, walking with assistive device, and then unaided, practice of walking in parallel bars during stance phase and swing phase, increasing walking distance and prosthetic wear time, and training in walking on uneven surface. So a transtibial prosthesis was prescribed for the patient. The components of this prosthesis are solid ankle cushion heel, a patellar tendon bearing socket supracondylar, and a pellet liner. For the patellar tendon bearing supracondylar socket, this has a high medial and lateral side walls that extend above and over the femoral condyles. This provides enhanced mediolateral stability and self-suspension for the prosthesis. For the pellet liner, it is lightweight, soft to touch, and moisture resistant. It molds plastically under heat and pressure to conform to the inside socket shape. And lastly, it helps cushion the transfer of loads between the prosthetic socket and the residual limb. Lastly, for the prosthetic feet, a solid ankle cushion heel foot was designed for the patient. This mimics ankle plantar flexion and allows for smooth gait. That's all. Thank you.